Hold up, say what? Say what? What's wrong with all these haters? They lying, and I'm saying, I'm trying to put my partners on, we always gonna be first. A team of all-stars like there's diamonds on my t-shirt.
Look at all these haters' faces, boy, all they hurt. We winning everything earned, nothing given to us. Repeat champions wanna win, then you gotta go through us. Non-debatable, so don't talk to us. Undefeated in bouts, so we don't talk losers.
We talk the true lyric, boy, talk to us. Woo. First take, every word great. Direct and produce verse, check out that word.
Alright, it's going.
Coming live from SPM, it's ESPN Second Take here. Instead of Stephen Smith, it's Daniel I. Davies. How you doing, sir? And Tyus Bo Jackson Boykin. How you doing, man?
Good, thank you.
Tyus.
Daniel.
It's been a while.
You know.
Alright, so how about these March Madness brackets in San Antonio, Texas?
Yep, we're only going to be going over the San Antonio brackets today.
Yeah, some teams in those brackets are Creighton University, North Carolina Central, Baylor University, and Providence.
And the other teams are Iowa State, Nebraska, Louisiana, and North Carolina.
Oh, what are the hot teams in the San Antonio, Texas?
Well, by far the hottest team in this bracket is Iowa State. They have been on a roll. They have been mowing down opponents with authority, and I think they are destined to make it far in this year's March Madness tournament.
Daniel, you almost were convincing with that statement until you realize that I have the hottest team left, and that is the Baylor Bears. These guys beat a good Nebraska team by 14, and then beat the sensational Play of the Year potential Doug McDermott by 30. Daniel, can you even count that high? I'm sorry.
Alright, Doug McDermott was by himself. The team wasn't helping him. Alright, but I understand. Keep going.
Oh, and then another thing about the Baylor Bears. Oh man, they have a 7-foot player, Isaiah Austin. He can now shoot the ball from the top of the key. He can go down low. He can block shots. There's no one that you have that can compete with him.
First of all, let me lay a little SPM fast break. And for y'all in the show who don't know, an SPM fast break is where we go over the information of the team really quickly. Iowa State and Ames, Iowa, US. 27,000 kids enroll. 26-7, Big 12 conference. Their mascot is the Cyclones, and their coach Fred Holberg, one of the nicest coaches. I know him personally. He's a good friend of mine. We play around a little bit, do a couple of games of golf. And then there's George Niang. He is a star player, and I can't wait until I see him in the league.
Okay, exactly. Speaking of, what was his name? George Niang?
Yeah, George
See him in
Niang.
the league. Because you won't see him in the rest of this bracket, baby. He broke his foot. And along with his broken foot is going to go the team. Because they beat a North Carolina team by 2. Who the North Carolina team only beat Providence by 2. Mm-hmm. It was a winning layup by, let me tell you by who? A 24-year-old grown man. DeAndre King. That is a grown man.
First of all,
that's a grown adult.
Layups are fundamental to the game. Second of all, Deion Kane is a starting up-and-comer in this college league. Alright? He is going to be one of the best prospects. And with George Niang out of the picture, it gives him more shine for him to rise. Alright? Second of all, could you quickly tell me what your team's record is?
Oh, okay. Well, instead of doing that, I'm gonna just give you the
wait, no. I want the record. What is your team's record, Tyus?
All right. Well, the team out of Waco, Texas, 24-11 is the record.
24-11 compared to Iowa State's 26-7.
But listen, the team is out of the Big 12 conference, and they started 2-8 in that conference, and ever since then they've been on fire. Like I already previously stated, who they played, and they're gonna play Wisconsin next, and they're gonna destroy Wisconsin because that's what the Baylor Bears do.
Here's the thing. That 2-8, what does that show? That shows inconsistency. And that is very likely what's going to happen in a couple of games, probably the next game against Wisconsin. And you brought up a great point. They're playing Wisconsin. They beat a team by 40 points. They are going to take your Baylor Bears, and it's going to be a massacre for the Baylor Bears. I don't even know how to put it in words, how you can think that the Baylor Bears can beat Wisconsin. Wisconsin is one of the dominant players in the league, and I don't think Baylor has a chance against them.
All right. So you want to talk about the next round, and who are you playing? Oh yeah, you're playing the Yukon Huskies, who are hot right now. Who they beat the number 2 seeded Villanova team that was supposed to be playing next. That team is hot. And when they're David and Goliath, they're David, you're Goliath. Your team's going down. I guarantee Baylor will bring victory to the next round. And your team will be at home with George Niang.
Well explained, well explained.
Alright. Do you know what rank Iowa State has?
Ask me if I care.
Huh? Do you know what rank UConn has?
Ask me if I care.
Alright. Do you know what rank they have?
Ask me if I care.
Because I think they don't hand out these ranks for nothing. And Iowa State is gonna is a 3rd seed compared to UConn. I'm pretty sure they're a 7th seed, which means under whatever math they use, somebody knows that Iowa State is better. All right, and it's just gonna show. All right, they got an upset. The other team didn't show up tonight. It doesn't mean they're gonna come up and win everything. Iowa State is gonna put that 7th seed back in its place.
Okay. All right. So enough about these 2 teams. Let's talk about some of the other teams.
All right. Well, what's it called? We were gonna talk about what teams disappointed us and what teams we were surprised by. I would go first because I was very disappointed in North Carolina because I thought they got beat by Providence by 2, and I expected them to do. No, did I say disappointed? I meant I was.
North Carolina beat Providence. Daniel.
Before you try going intellectual and stuff, make sure you understand the study.
First of all,
Tyus Bo,
I don't think
Jackson, Boykin understands his team.
Thank you.
He understands his basketball.
North Carolina
First of all,
beat Providence,
Smith,
but they
Providence.
lost to
Stephen A.
Iowa State, which
Exactly.
is your team.
Exactly.
How do you not even know
First
who
of
your
all,
team
let me
is?
speak, alright? Because I am deeply insulted that you guys have the gall to try to misinterpret what I am trying to communicate to you, okay? And the way you guys are acting right now makes me want to excommunicate
I run
you.
this. Be quiet.
Alright.
I invited you on my set.
I'm going to give you an
invited you
SPM
on my
fast
set.
break on North Carolina. Alright? 17,000 enrolled. 23-9. ACC. Alright? They're called the Tar Heels. Their coach, Ray Williams. And one of their leading players, Marcus Page. Alright?
Congrats. You can read a card. Now tell me about it from your own knowledge.
Alright. Well, since we're reading cards, I might as well do one of my SPM fast breaks. And I'm going to pick, let's pick the Providence. So we'll pick they're out of Providence, Rhode Island, 12,500, 23-11, the Biggies, the nickname are the Monks.
Yeah, the Monks.
And the coach,
you don't sound too sure of yourself there, Tyus.
Well, whatever. They stink anyways. They lost to the North Carolina team. You know how I feel? This is how I feel about the Providence team.
Alright. Another team I was deeply disappointed by was Nebraska. Here's the quick SPM fast break. 4,000 enrolled, 19-12, Big Ten Conference. They're called the Cornhuskers. And their coach, Tim Miles, is I think he's going to be a really great coach in a couple of years. But I was distraught at the fact that they lost to Baylor by 14. I knew Baylor was going to beat them, but I didn't think they were going to have such a commanding lead on Nebraska. I thought they were going to put up more of a fight and maybe could have been an upset. But I guess I was wrong on that part. So Nebraska, they lost a lot of faith with me.
All right, well, we're gonna talk a little bit about North Carolina Central. They went 28-6. They're out of the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference. I'm impressed with Iowa State because they did beat this team, and this team was on a 20-game winning streak, and they do have a good player in Jeremy Ingram. That's the respect that I do give to the Iowa State team, that they beat a red-hot team. But they still are going to go down to UConn.
True. Louisiana State.
Is that true?
You're supposed to be arguing.
I know, I understand. I'm just saying what he's saying. His point is valid.
This is your last time.
But
Continue.
all
This
I
is your
will
last
say
time. I'm
is
done
that
with you.
Louisiana, another team I expected to do it much better. They had a rocky beginning, but they ended off their season 23-11. They have an enrollment of 16,000.
We're talking about Louisiana Lafayette. They don't want information on them. They lost to Creighton by 10, who lost to 30 by Baylor. Louisiana Lafayette, this is how I feel about you.
That's true. They are kind of trash. I agree with you. On that one rare occurrence, we'll get rid of them. And let's go back to the Iowa State Baylor talk, okay? Because
Continue.
do you have something to say?
I ain't got anything to say, sir.
Huh?
All right.
I ain't nothing. I want Stephen A. Smith back. If you see him calling, tell me.
Thank you, Trayvon. Okay, so what about, let's talk more about this Iowa State Baylor talk.
All right. I think you guys talk about how George Niang broke his foot, right? But I don't think you understand the depth and the depth in the backcourt, the depth on the second team that they have going on. All right, it's one of the best second teams I've seen in my life.
Okay, well,
Okay.
this team is not Louisville. We all seen that last year. Kevin Ware broke his leg. They went on to win the championship.
Exactly.
That happens once in a lifetime.
First
It's
of
not
all-
back to back, baby. That doesn't happen. This is college basketball. There's no repeats.
College basketball,
It's ready for a
where
champion,
it's
and the champion
consistent.
is Baylor University.
See, I respect you, but I can't line up with your line of thinking because you replace logic with emotion, and that's where I differ from you because you're replacing your logic with Baylor. I don't know why, but you failed to inform the viewers of your affiliation with Baylor.
You want me to tell them their stuff?
Huh?
You want me to tell them the SPM Fast Break on Baylor?
Yes.
They're from Waco, Texas. 50,029 enrolled. Like I previously stated, they're 24-11 out of the Big 12 Conference. We call them the Bears for short. They're coached by Scott Drew. And like I said, I already mentioned Isaiah Austin, who is probably one, if not the best player left in this tournament.
I get he is one of the best players in the tournament, but you forget who your next opponent is, Wisconsin. They are going to be detrimental to your Superman Baylors because they will be the kryptonite to your team. I see Iowa State beating out UConn because UConn has its own kryptonite, and it's the offense that Iowa State plays. Their fast break, their 2-3 zone is one of the best in this league, and nothing can compete with that. While Baylor, they lack depth in their backcourt defense, which Wisconsin is surely going to take advantage of.
Would you like to argue anymore?
Yes. So you're playing UConn, and yes, people call them UConn, but when it comes to beating them, Iowa State, you can't. It just won't happen. Shabazz Napier is a pure point guard. He leads his team in rebounding. And the man, I don't even think he's 6 feet. He's shorter than me, and I'm short. I'm not even average.
We understand that you're short,
5'6",
but they're
5'6".
gonna.
Don't
You know
tell
what their defense is gonna do to Shabazz Napier? He's gonna be Shabazz no more. All right, he's not gonna show up. We've seen it before. He's a little bit streaky, and with defenses like this, I don't know what to say. Except for it is a done deal. It might as well be written down in the books. You don't understand.
Like I said, UConn, they just beat the number 2 Villanova team. and you went by seedings. So they had that seeding correct. That team had no injuries. They said Villanova off this. Iowa State injuries. Iowa State off this. I would be seeding UConn in the next round along with my Baylor Bears, and that's all I have to say.
All right, very plausible.
So we're done, or you want to keep going?
I think we're done here.
All right, this concludes our session of ESPN Second Take. Good argument today. Saw my shirt after.
Alright, make sure to see us again on our next episode. Follow me, Daniel Davies, at DanDavies37. What's your stuff?
At Tyus Bo Jackson Boykin. You can follow me on Twitter, but my Twitter is used by Michael Janice. So if you get any weird tweets or something, it's probably him.
And this is Trayvon Cooper. Follow me on Twitter, Trayvon_Cooper. You guys good?
Alright.
Okay.
See you guys next time.
Remember, go Baylor.
Go Iowa State.
Go Baylor.
Go Iowa State.
And go Baylor.
Go Iowa State.
And go Baylor.
Go Iowa State.
Baylor.
Iowa State.
Baylor.
Iowa.
Baylor.
Iowa.
Iowa. Baylor. Iowa. Go Baylor.
Go Iowa. Okay, we're good.